Hello, everyone. So today I want to talk about autonomous driving, specifically our Big Ideas 2023 section on autonomous ride hail. As a Tesla investor, I think this is an important topic to delve into. And then at the end, I'll kind of give a summary of my thoughts. Ride hail, scaling toward widespread commercial adoption. Today, autonomous ride hail services delight riders across around 15 cities internationally, and should scale into widespread commercial adoption within the next 10 years. Autonomous technology should reduce the cost of mobility to about 12%, the average cost of ride hail service today. Now, these services that exist today are specially designed to work in specific areas, whereas Tesla is working on a generalized solution that will work anywhere you place the car. So these are very different strategies that these companies have. Ark's research suggests that global autonomous ride hail platforms will create 14 trillion in enterprise value based on 4 trillion in revenue during the next 5 years. Hail is likely to increase access to convenient point-to-point transportation. Adjusted for inflation, the cost of owning and operating a personal car has not changed since the Model T rolled off the first assembly line nearly 100 years ago. Ark estimates that autonomous taxis cost consumers as little as 25 cents per mile, spurring widespread adoption. So this graphic shows cost per mile of owning a personally owned vehicle. It hasn't changed much since 1934 to 2016, 70 cents per mile. And Ark expects that cost could go as low as 25 cents per mile. Ride hail is likely to create a 11 trillion addressable market. At 25 cents per mile, autonomous could serve a wider population than does human-driven ride hail today. In the meantime, Ark expects significant demand generation at higher price points based on the value that consumers place on their time. So this chart is showing the expected addressable market. So the yellow area, 1 trillion ridership in Western markets if the price was $1 per mile. 2.4 trillion addressable market if they get it down to 60 cents per mile. $2.75 trillion market addressable at 50 cents per mile, 5 trillion more addressable market at 25 cents per mile, which makes sense. As it gets cheaper, people will be able to afford it. More and more people will ditch their car and just decide to use autonomous driving services. Autonomous taxis are a reality today. The first players to scale should become the market leaders. The existing players in the space, Waymo, Cruise, Baidu, Pony, Tesla, and Xpeng. So Waymo and Cruise are already operating as we speak and earning some income from their services. But as you can see with the chart on the right, the number of cars collecting data, their numbers are tiny compared to the data that Tesla is collecting. It shows Tesla there with 2.7 million cars collecting data. Ark believes that data is the new oil. Based on the shift to autonomous electric vehicles, oil demand could decline by 30% by 2030. Based on Ark's electric vehicle forecast, oil demand is peaking and could decline by 5% or 5 million barrels per day by 2030 and 10% by 2035. Adding the adoption of autonomous vehicles, the capacity utilization of which could be times higher than that for personally owned cars. Oil demand could decline 30 million barrels per day by 2035. Global auto sales may have peaked in 2017. In 2017, Ark predicted that human-driven ride hail and autonomous taxis would reduce overall auto sales by around 24 million relative to consensus expectations for 2025. Since 2017, auto sales have declined largely because of supply chain crisis associated with COVID. Autonomous vehicles could have higher utilization rates than human-driven cars, lowering the number of vehicles on the road despite the higher numbers of passengers and per capita miles. As autonomous taxis begin to dominate urban transit, expects unit volumes to be around 26 million and around 29 million units lower than today's consensus expectations for 2025 and 2027 respectively. So they're basically saying that if a vehicle becomes more utilized, you can actually get more done with less vehicles. A car is being used, say, 22 hours out of 24 hours of the day. It can get a lot more done than one car that's only used 2 hours of the day. So because the numbers of cars that are needed on the road could go down. Autonomous taxis could eliminate 60% of short-haul airline flights, with prices ranging from $4.25 per mile. Robo-taxis could be a more attractive option than around 60% of short-haul airline flights, based on time and cost savings, including transport to and from airports. Short-haul flights at risk currently generate around 100 billion or 20% of all airline revenues globally. Priced at 50, taxi service would be less expensive than more than half of short-haul airline flights. At 25 cents a mile, robo-taxi services could be more cost-effective than 95% of short-haul journeys. The cost and time advantages should be more dramatic for group travel. An autonomous taxi for 2-3 people could be a better option than 75 to 84% of short-haul airline flights, pointing out that autonomous ride sharing could be more practical than going to an airport and dealing with all that hassle. You just get in a car, or you can actually utilize your time more effectively. You could get work done while the car is driving you to your destination. Autonomous taxis generate $4 trillion in revenue in 2027. Autonomous platform providers' revenue earnings and enterprise value estimates shown here. Ark's estimates for 2027, the revenue could be $4 trillion. So just imagine if, say, a company like Tesla could grab 20% of that market in 2030, that'd be around $4 trillion of enterprise value, which today Tesla is only valued at $500 billion. Autonomous platform providers could dominate the enterprise value generated mobility in 2027.
So that's Ark Invest 2023 Big Ideas, a section on autonomous ride hail. I'm very interested in because I'm a Tesla shareholder, and part of the reason why I'm so interested in companies like Tesla and Elon's enterprises in general is I like thinking about the future and try to picture what that looks like. So if full self-driving is solved, it's fun to think about the world that would be created with that possibility, and I'm excited to see that happen. It looks like it will happen. We're seeing artificial intelligence become more and more advanced. We've got ChatGPT now, and many companies working on this. And basically, Tesla's full self-driving technology is a form of artificial intelligence, and it just keeps getting better and better. There's videos online now of drives that are over 2 hours long that the car handles with no interventions. So it looks like it's just a matter of time before they have this generalized solution to driving. So if that happens, as this section points out in Ark Invest's Big Ideas, it's a huge opportunity. A big reason why I am happy to be invested in Tesla, because if they solve this, I think the implications are huge. We saw the addressable market is massive. Just in general, yeah, I think it'd be, I want to take a autonomous taxi drive one day and have the freedom of using the time as I please. I believe it'll be a safer world to live in when there's a dedicated system that its only task is to get you safely from A to B. It's not getting distracted like a human would by a beautiful girl walking by, or their phone, or they're just tired because they've been driving for too long like a trucker. I think it will be a safer world for transportation. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. This is the Evergreen channel. My name is Evan Bertrand. Thanks for watching.